My dad was my best friend, my role model, and even my hero. And growing up, wanted to be just like him through all areas of my life.
Deep man is Herman, of course. The gunslinger from Carmel on the chase, and he is tracked down and thrown for a loss. Way back there by Brad White, who led the team in quarterback sacks. Augustiniak cracks for the first down. He had to go across the 35, and he made it. Brad White, number 90, a junior from Idaho Falls, Idaho.
He played football at the University of Tennessee, then went on to play professionally at Tampa Bay, the Colts, and then the Vikings for a total of 6 years. And ultimately became my inspiration for wanting to play football. And really, without him, I would have never been able to do it. What he taught me, the way he taught me to be disciplined, to work, to lead others, to lead with your heart. He taught me all of those things. And I think those are all things that were instrumental in my football career.
We've seen from linebacker Braden White, and how much do you think he'll contribute this upcoming season?
Listen, he's the epitome of what you think of when you're A&M. The word slow down or not be wide open is not on his agenda. And he's a brilliant player. He's a very intellectually smart. He understands the game, very instinctive. And I mean, he gives every ounce and soul of himself, mentally and physically, on, I'm not going to say every practice.
Throughout my time on the football field, people would ask me, like, where did you get this work ethic? Like, it's rare you see like a work ethic like this. And the answer is my dad. And I don't think it wasn't something you sit down and teach. It's just the way he raised me and the example he set for me throughout his life. Me wanting to be just like him, it just clicked and it followed after that. When I was in middle school, we'd watch film after every game. And so we'd get the film back like next day and we'd sit there and we'd study it. We'd count tackles, we'd see mistakes and what could be corrected. When I talk about him and his legacy of how he taught me to live and the man that I want to be, he showed me that. With how he lived his life, the person that he was for me and for so many others. He showed us. And I think that's an impact that's irreplaceable. And it's truly special, and it's one that I'll aim to keep carrying on for him. I guess I look back at the Play Hurt project, and people ask me like, well, how'd you come up with this idea? It's something that I set and I wanted to go after. The idea itself came from, I guess you would say, some of the lowest moments in my life with my dad's cancer journey. With brain tumors, there's no cure. At first, you get the diagnosis and you're flooded with information. You're faced with just 1,000 different questions that you have to answer. Which route you want to go with treatment, which route you want to go with surgery, no surgery. Stuff that, I mean, professionals don't even know much about the disease as is, and then you're having to make the best decision you can based off of, I mean, not much time at all. Once you hear that your loved one, which in my case, my best friend, my role model, my hero, someone that I was around like each and every day and wanted to be just like, that's who was diagnosed. It turns your world upside down. It also changes your perspective on things because at that point, time isn't guaranteed. And, you know, felt like I'd learned so much. I was ready to take on the real world and my next challenge, whatever that was gonna be. And little did I know it'd be the hardest challenge of my life. So I was applying for jobs, came back home, and was actually working with my dad, helping him. And we started to notice just out of the ordinary behavior for him that wasn't in tune with his personality. Because my dad, very disciplined, hardworking, everything for him was just so structured in how he did things. Soon that structure was gone. His early morning workouts, he stopped doing them. He started becoming confused about things that he normally wouldn't be confused about. But even when he went to the hospital, they started doing tests. And I remember the nurse came and got me next. And I walked in to a little side room. The doctor, Dr. Mitchell, who, close family friend, he walked over to me and he put his hand on my shoulder. He said, "Braden, we got to talk about something." I'm sitting right there with her, just trying to gather myself, because man, I mean, at that moment, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, and you've been asked, well, how big is it? Like what is it? I mean, what's gonna happen? Like what do we do? I didn't know like how he would take that. How do you explain to someone that they have a brain tumor? It's nothing that you can ever be prepared for. It was tough, just sharing that information with friends, family, people that knew and loved my dad. That was really hard too, just having to tell other people. I started just scrolling through photos, like childhood memories, football memories, all kinds of stuff. And next thing I know, I'm crying my eyes out, and I'm thinking of all these things that my dad had done for me. And that's when I realized my dad had always been there for me, and he had always loved me, supported me. And so at this moment, when he was diagnosed with a brain tumor, he was gonna face the battle of his life. I was about to do the same for him. It didn't matter what was gonna be thrown at us, the challenges, the surgery, the treatments, all of that, I was gonna be right there with him. Marathon number 1, canceled, but not for us.
No days off.
No days off. Hot and humid. Just how we like it. Ready? So it gets fun.
Go, Braden!
Play hurt, baby.
Good job.
up, NYC.